She steps into the spotlight and the crowd erupts. Gwen Stefani stands center stage, her gravity-defying ponytail whipping through the air as the stage lights dance off every strand. In that instant, her hair isn't just an accessory, it's a declaration. From teenage skater girl experimenting with frosting caps to global superstar embracing avant-garde wigs, Gwen's ever-shifting mane has narrated her life's highs, heartbreaks, and reinventions as vividly as any song. Long before platinum locks and rainbow ombres, Gwen was a brunette high schooler armed with little more than a frosting cap and fierce determination. Sneaking into the bathroom with bleach and a butter knife, she lobbed streaks of blonde into her hair, inspired by the unapologetic power of Debbie Harry. That first peanut butter swirl of highlights lit a fire in her. Color wasn't merely cosmetic, it was a tool for self-expression and empowerment. Each foiled strand whispered, "I'm stepping out of the shadows." By the late 90s, Gwen's punk pop persona had taken hold, but her hair still carried a playful spark. Fresh off tour in 1998, she found herself on her couch, bleary-eyed and surrounded by freebies from sponsors. Among them, a bottle of bright blue hair gel. On impulse, she coated her locks in cerulean and paired them with a fuzzy blue bikini top she discovered in a drawer. The result at that year's MTV Video Music Awards was pure Judy Jetson meets rock and roll royalty, a head-to-toe electric blue gambit that announced Gwen Stefani had arrived in pop culture with a cosmic bang. Not everyone cheered, but Gwen didn't mind. Less than a year later, heartache and confusion over a breakup and the dizzying rush of fame sent her back to the dye bottle, this time for a pastel pink bob that rivaled bubblegum in sweetness. She spread the neon tint through her hair as a kind of alchemy, determined to wash out her feelings and emerge reborn. The first annual Artist Direct Online Music Awards in 1999 became her pink-haired coronation, a bold DIY statement that said, "I make my own rules." Then came the moment that truly cemented blondism as her brand. In 2000, fresh off a split, Gwen sat in a salon chair for 8 hours while bleach, foils, and conditioners morphed her into a platinum blonde beacon. She remembers the cost as nothing compared to the thrill of feeling she had arrived. From that day on, those icy blonde tresses became as synonymous with her name as her track, Just a Girl. Even when her heart and her life were in flux, the color remained constant, a shining declaration of self-discovery. Yet Gwen has always known the charm of a contrast. In the music video for her 2004 single Cool, she traded in her usual bleach for a soft, wavy brunette bob, perhaps a wig, perhaps Denilo Dixon's secret high-lift formula that spare her hair from further damage. It was a sweet escape back to her roots, a brief interlude that reminded fans she could flirt with natural warmth without losing her edge. Even in a sea of platinum icons, Gwen's caramel-toned reboot whispered, "I'm multifaceted." Fast forward to 2015 and the Riot Fest stage in Chicago, where she unveiled a double-dipped bob slicing from raven black at the roots into ultraviolet purple tips. Denilo's limelight technique, an ingenious horizontal take on ombre, gave the look a tie-dye meets punk flair. The crowd went wild, and the rest of the festival world scrambled to replicate the effect. It was proof that Gwen could take a trend, twist it into something uniquely hers, and set the tone for a new wave of colorists and DIY devotees. Through it all, Gwen's ponytails have been her signature performance tool, versatile enough to morph from sleek and severe to fluffy and sky-high, practical enough to withstand hours of jumping off speakers and twirling under strobe lights. For her Las Vegas residency in 2018, she stepped on stage with a mountainous ponytail wrapped in a second layer of hair, secured with hooked elastics and volumizing sprays. It became the stuff of beauty blogger lore, a masterclass in how to fuse style and stamina, glam and grit. Returning to The Voice in 2021, Gwen wasn't content to play it safe. She emerged with a two-tone ponytail that paired her trademark platinum with a curtain of jet black bangs and a matching black tail. It was the kind of look that made some fans gasp in delight and others in dismay, but that, as Gwen has always insisted, is the point. Hair should provoke, challenge, and entertain. If everyone agrees, you're probably doing it wrong. Season 22 of The Voice delivered perhaps her most unrecognizable moment yet, an asymmetrical stick-straight jet black wig with blunt bangs on one side and a waist-length cascade on the other. Critics called it goth edgy, others termed it bizarre, but it was quintessential Stefani, fearless, theatrical, unafraid to upend expectations in service of performance art. Underneath the wig was a message as clear as any lyric she's sung: transformation is limitless. By November 2024, Gwen dipped into one of the buzziest haircut trends, the jellyfish cut, sporting tiered, water-like layers that curled and flicked around her face. It was a nod to the salon runway, a fusion of precision cutting and experimental daring. And just months later, she shifted gears again, emerging with a softer golden curve cut, long layers radiating toward the ends, an almost wifey polish that some speculated reflected her contentment alongside husband Blake Shelton. Love, after all, might change your world, but for Gwen, hair remains her canvas. Behind every shift from brunette to blue to pink to platinum and beyond stands the unbreakable partnership between Gwen and her longtime stylist, Denilo Dixon. He's the architect of dreams who engineered a high-lift formula to spare her hair from constant bleach, who blends conditioners into styling tools, who sculpts each look to perform under hot lights and demanding choreography. Together, they've proven that healthy hair and high fashion need not be mutually exclusive. Through 3 decades of head-turning transformations, Gwen Stefani's hair has done more than follow trends. It has charted her journey from scrappy teenager to punk pop icon to empowered solo artist and now to cultural chameleon. Each color shift, every daring cut, echoes a chapter of reinvention. The quest for confidence, the thrill of rebellion, the comfort of routine, the pulse of experimentation. In a world of fleeting fads, Gwen's commitment to fearless self-expression reminds us that hair is never just hair. It's history, emotion, attitude, and artistry woven into every fiber. Tonight, as the crowd chants her name and her ponytail arcs across the light, Gwen Stefani proves once again that to change your hair is to change your story. And in her case, that story is far from over.